Welcome back, Low Production World. We're back with another episode of Low Production. We're bringing you actually a special episode today, episode 30 of Low Production. Can you believe that? Can you believe me and Vaughn sticked out to do 30 videos with you guys? Man, what a great accomplishment that is. And we'll be sitting here as 60 episodes telling you the same thing. But today we're going to be doing a blind ranking of top 5 Kansas City Chiefs. And he's going to give me 5 old-time Kansas City Chiefs, and I'm going to rank them. Blind ranking. We're going to see how it goes. Let's get this party started.
All right, Jess. Like you said, I've got 5 all-time Chiefs players for you. Now, some might be playing now, some might not be, but these are just where you would rank them on the all-time best Chiefs. Number 1 player I'm going to give you, 1 through 5, is Will Shields.
Oh man, we gotta put him at the 4 spot just because he's an O lineman, and it's like, yeah, that's cool and all that you're an O lineman, but it's like, I mean, it's not a household name. You know, when you think of O lineman, when you think of like football players, like the best to ever do it at their positions, who comes to mind in a team? It ain't offensive players. It ain't O linemen. It ain't any of that shit. So yeah, we're gonna go at the 4 spot.
All right. Will Shields is well regarded as one of the best O-linemen of all time. I would
Yeah,
say
but
for an
when you look
O-lineman,
at
he is a household name.
when you look at Kansas City Chiefs, does Will Shields even hit the top 5? Is he even in your top 5 when you think of best Chiefs? If you had to do a Mount Rushmore of 4 best Chiefs on the Mount Rushmore, does he make the Mount Rushmore list? No, he does not.
He's in the conversation. He
He's
was
in the conversation.
so
That's
good.
why he gets the 4 spot.
All right. Very well.
Because I bet you he's going to be better than somebody else on the list. But
Okay. Fair enough.
I'm a little prejudiced because he's an offensive lineman, you know.
All right. Very well. Number 2 here, we've got Larry Johnson.
Larry Johnson, he didn't play enough. I think that it's so crazy because, man, 27s with the Kansas City Chiefs, they pop off, they show great, they show that, hey, I'm going to be the franchise guy, and then they deal with legal issues just like with Kareem Hunt.
I
So
see.
that's always been old Jess's dilemma with Larry Johnson. I mean, he's like the OG Kareem Hunt. They both wear 27. They had legal issues off the field. That's why he gets the 5 spot.
Wow. Larry Johnson in the 5. I mean,
he didn't play enough games. How many years did he even play for us?
not that many. I don't necessarily disagree with you. He's not the best running back in Chiefs history. He's probably not. He's probably the 3rd best, maybe even the 4th. You could maybe even put Marcus Allen ahead of him.
You could, man. I mean, you could probably even put, crazy enough, you could probably even put Kareem Hunt. He might not even be the best running back.
We only got one good year at a Kareem Hunt, really.
Kareem Hunt, yeah, he played 27 games for the Chiefs, and he was phenomenal. I mean, he won the rushing title his first year in the league, and he had some great looks. You know, it's sad to say that he played half a year with Mahomes, the first year with Alex Smith, but he was phenomenal when he played. I mean, who else
I agree.
has won the rushing title for the Kansas City Chiefs?
I'm sure Jamal Charles had to have done it.
Oh, yeah, he has.
Crazy. But, we ain't talking about Jamal. We're talking about, I think of Larry Johnson like a Jamal Charles light, personally, and he's awesome. But, I mean, we've just had so many good running backs when you look at it. It's actually pretty crazy to think about all these really underrated. Priest Holmes, another one that's underrated. But they all had short times Jamal Charles was the only one that had a full-length career for us. So anyway, all right, he's at the 5 spot. Number 3 I've got for you, Dwayne Bowe.
Okay,
over the Dwayne Bowe.
I kind of messed up.
You want him at 5?
I should have put it. Yeah, let's put him at. Huh?
You wanted him at the 5, huh?
Larry Johnson. Yeah, I guess I should have put Larry Johnson at the 3 spot. I thought we'd get better picks than this.
You don't like Dwayne Bowe? He was the one wide receiver we had. He got it done.
Yeah,
he was the man.
But it's like there was kind of some overrated. He was a little overrated. I'm gonna have to put him at the 3 spot, but I think Will Shields is the better player there.
Yeah,
I think
that's the tough
I'm gonna put him at the 3 spot. Yeah.
All right, very well. Then we've got Tony G, old Tony Gonzalez, old 88. Man.
Oh man,
where is this guy going?
Dude, I know you said saving the best for last, so we'll put him at the 2 spot because, dude, Tony G is a dog. Like, I think he was super fast at his position. And, I know if you had to have it your way, I know old Vaughn would say that Travis Kelce is better than Tony G, but that is
I
not the
would.
case. Kelce is not better than Tony Gonzalez. I mean,
He
who
doesn't have
did
as many yards, I think, but besides that, he's got him beat and everything.
yeah, but, look at what he's had. Travis Kelce has played on a playoff team year in and year out his whole
Sure.
career. His whole career, he's played on a great team. He's had great quarterbacks like Alex Smith and Patrick Mahomes. Kelsey wouldn't even be in the top 5 tight ends situation if it wasn't for Mahomes. Because if you look at his numbers, he really aired it out to Kelce over the years. The best thing that Kelce had probably the best year he could have had for himself. Like you look at players like DeAndre Hopkins and just Calvin Johnson, and you look at them
Mhm.
and you're like, man, these guys were studs, but poor guys, they never really got to have production because in all their production years, they had terrible quarterback play. They were on poverty teams. Kelsey is the exact opposite on the spectrum.
Sure.
Like Kelsey has gotten to play with great teams, and it's
Yeah.
really elevated his game. And he really maximized the player he could have been because he could have been a role player anywhere else.
Well, he was well regarded, though, as one of the best tight ends in the league, probably the best before Mahomes ever got there, you
No,
know?
he wasn't. It was always Gronk.
Oh, that's true. Gronk was still there, and then they had George Kittle too. So
Yeah,
I
and
guess
they
you're
had
right,
like
but he was still really well regarded, you know?
Well, yeah, well, it was always Gronk, and then, George Kittle comes in the league, and it's like, who you know what? Kelsey's Gronk of Kittle, and then it's
Yeah.
like, you never really saw anything else from Kittle, like, maybe was even Kittle that good? Like, Kittle showed sparks, but, was even Kittle that good? I mean, he's had a couple great plays and all, but, I mean, where do you put Kittle in the league today? You don't even put him in the top 5.
I might put him as the best tight end right this second.
Best tight end right this second?
I know about Trey McBride and all these new guys that are coming up,
Brock
but
Bowers? You think
I
he's
know
better
about
than
old
Brock
Brock.
Bowers? Brock
Well, Brock
Bowers
got
is
hurt.
that is crazy though, because Brock is I mean, you understand it because Brock is a physical guy. Like he brings
Sure.
like a physicality to the game, and it's like it's so hard to tackle him. So like when DB see that, they're gonna give it everything they got. People are gonna get hurt playing against Brock.
It's the tight end position's tough anyway. I mean, Kittle's gone through a lot of injuries too. It's just a tough position as far as you're just getting walloped, you know, and you're blocking too. You might be blocking a full grown 300-pound man, you know, over there.
And
So it's a
quite
tough job.
frankly, yeah, you know what? And I'll be honest, quite frankly, Kelsey actually probably goes. You know what? That's a good argument for Kelsey though, because Kelsey is like the one tight end that stayed healthy over the years. I mean, he hasn't had
True.
any long-term injuries, and that is
No, nothing
actually a
major.
testament to Kelsey of like they say availability is the best ability in this game, and the fact that he's been able to not get hurt is probably why he's got all these yards today. So
He
shout
plays
out to
smart.
him. Maybe he could, but Tony Gonzalez was like historic. I mean, he was a fast guy, and he was always
Yeah,
breaking a tackle. Like he was
that's true.
averaging
He's got
like
more yards, I think.
he
Like
was
I said.
averaging like .7 on a broken tackle each play. You know what that means? It means that more than half the time somebody was trying to tackle him, they couldn't tackle.
He's a big beast, and you're right, he was as fast as wide receivers. I mean, he was
Oh
our wide
man.
receiver. That year that, the Chiefs famously did not throw a touchdown pass to a wide receiver, well, Tony Gonzalez was there. So, you know,
You talking
that's
about
a
in
little
2012 when it was just running backs and tight ends?
dang, it was 2012?
Yeah.
I thought
Yeah,
it was like
dude,
2008.
no, yeah, yeah. That was when Dwayne Bowe was on that team, and that's a little bit of why I got beef with Dwayne Bowe. It's like that was actually, Smith's first year as a starter, and we got Andy Reid,
Right.
and we didn't have a single touchdown to a receiver, and we made the playoff, and
Yeah,
we beat the Texans in that first round. The
yeah.
second round, we lose the Patriots. But dude, that was so crazy. Like you don't even realize that. Oh my gosh, a wide receiver hasn't even caught the ball yet in the end zone
Yeah,
until like
you
week
don't realize.
10.
For
You're
sure.
watching it, you're zooming in, they're like, "Oh, yeah, they haven't had a single wide receiver touchdown this year." But that defense was really good too with
Sure.
Tamba Ali and Derrick Johnson. But dude, it was pretty fun to watch back in the day, man.
Yeah, we didn't know what we were missing really as far as exciting offensive play. We were just like, "Oh, I guess we're gonna ground and pound and then just massacre people on defense." It was pretty fun. You know, it was a little more
Yeah.
old school. and I
I
I kinda dug it.
I'll never forget one of my favorite Chiefs games. You're gonna think this is crazy. I really liked it when we beat the Bills in the divisional round. I
Of
was there
course.
for that game, but I
Yeah.
also went to the game when we were 0-10, and we had Romeo Crennel as our head coach,
Oh,
and we
man.
went against the undefeated Green Bay Packers. I remember we mollywopped them. That was
That felt good,
man,
huh?
if I could have been there, dude. Oh, man, it was a pretty good memory, dude, for real. What's one of your favorite Chiefs memories?
Man, I've been to a good solid probably 10 games. I'll never forget going to the Miami game, not because it was a good game, but because it was so cold. I guess that's kind of cool, to be like, yeah, I was at the most frigid, horrific Chiefs game of all time. And we did take care of business versus Miami. Let's not forget Miami was the number one offense that year. I think at the end of the year, I'm pretty
Dude.
sure they had more offensive production than any other team, and they came up to Kansas City and couldn't handle the weather. And Mahomes, breaking his helmet, it's -5 degrees, my beer's frozen, snot's freezing in my mustache. Good memory, frankly. I'd never do it again. But I also, oh, I've been to, back in the day, I remember my first game was a Chargers game, and I actually really liked the Chargers. I wasn't quite, I was like, I'm talking like 6 years old, so I didn't care
Yeah.
about football yet, but I knew I liked LaDainian Tomlinson because I had a football card of him jumping over like 20 dudes, and I was like, that's so cool. He's jumping over the line. It was a huge mob of people, so I liked LT. And then they also had Antonio Gates, I think, at the time too. They were stacked. Well, the Chiefs took care of business that day, and I was like, "Oh, you know what? I'll root for the Chiefs." So, I may not be here today. I probably would be, but still, because my dad was all mad, and then there were some old people with us, and they were like, "Oh, you like the Chiefs, huh?" And I was like, "I like the Chargers," They're like,
That would
I like the colors."
that would've been man, I would've been like Homer Simpson with, Bart. He just take on,
Yeah.
like, "What do you mean? Come on, man. You're making me look bad in front of these
Listen,
people, Lil
the
Von."
the Chiefs took care of business, and old Vaughn learned a valuable lesson about sticking with your home crew. But
Oh,
anyway,
dude,
Jess.
I'll never forget that when, Tyreek Hill was like I love the edit where Tyreek Hill's like, "Oh, yeah, it's gonna be a bad day when I come to Kansas City. Oh, it's gonna be
Yeah,
a bad day." And it just shows Trent McDuffie bodying him all
yeah.
game.
It never went
That
right.
was that was
It
fun,
was
dude.
it was never a problem. Now, Jess, you've only got one pick left. It's the one spot. And you believe that there's a quarterback here, don't you?
Well, you save the best for last, and that's just how it always goes with these rankings. I'm trying to redeem myself. I wish I could switch Dwayne Bowe with Will Shields, but it is what it
That's
is.
a pretty reasonable, number here, so far. I think Will Shields could be higher than that, but listen, you've got a reasonable ranking here. Uh, you are right. It's a quarterback, Jess. It's someone we all know and love. Matt Castle. He's your number one player.
Man, man, oh my gosh. Number 7, Matt Castle, dude. What a guy, man. That's so funny, dude.
I hear he's the nicest dude like that you could ever meet.
Well, he better be nice. I mean, you see how much money he got from the Chiefs, dude? He robbed the Chiefs. Dude, I remember watching like some OG highlights of Jamal Charles, and I
Oh yeah.
just see 7. I'm like, Matt Castle. You know what's cool though? I remember, dude. I remember when we got him. I was so geeked. I'm like,
Oh,
dude,
absolutely.
we're getting Tom Brady, bro. We get the next Tom Brady because Matt Castle was winning some games for New England,
Right.
and
It was
it was
yeah,
like
learned under the best.
the last name was cool because it was like Chad Castle from Blue Mountain State, so it was like
Yeah.
cool because it's like his last name's Castle. Oh, he's wearing number 7. I'm getting that jersey.
Oh, and you did you?
Yeah, I got the jersey.
You have a Matt Castle
I
jersey?
was strutting I was strutting that thing back in the day, dude. I was wearing that thing everywhere.
Uh,
And then,
you
dude,
know?
oh my gosh, dude, as a little kid, people were telling you, you're geeked and you're wearing that jersey all the time. And then it's like, football season comes and you realize Matt Castle's an absolute fraud. And everybody, I'm a little kid, dude. This is back in like 2009, 2010. I'm a little kid. I'm 8 years old. Take
Yeah.
it easy.